not good for us to be throwing around these words that carry such a meaning. Like, you can call somebody a narcissist and you're like, nah, yeah, well, you're just a narcissist. And it's like somebody just, thinks they look good in a mirror.
Everything has lost its meaning because it's been overused and watered down to the extent that it doesn't even mean what it used to mean anymore. No. And I think that's a mistake. I think that words have power.
I think a lot of 22-year-olds are self-absorbed narcissistic traits without necessarily being a narcissist.
I think that intention matters. Like
100%.
Why you're posting, I think matters a lot, which is why all these things that we're getting into are positive. But it can very well be, I'm literally just posting this to show off and get claps and validation. So I keep seeing this post. I see it at least once a week on Instagram. And it's one of those, these have become really popular for some reason, where it's like, studies show that XXXYZ. And I don't know about you guys, but like, I never actually look into it. I just kind of believe it. Yeah. And I think that's why they go viral, because people don't look into it. It's like, studies show that dads who exercise, create less anxious kids. Like, okay, that makes me feel good about myself, so let me share it. But this particular one says that people who post their workouts online to social media are more likely to have psychological issues, more specifically like narcissism.
I mean, we have a lot of psychological issues, and I don't think we could dilute it to just posting on social media.
I think a lot of us have psychological issues, right?
Yeah.
But I see like the shares and the retweets and all that. And like I said, it goes viral at least once a week. And I decided to actually look into it.
What'd you find?
And the results will shock you.
Stay tuned after this commercial break. AG Greens.
AG1, please sponsor us.
Those guys are full of shit. They've gotten under a lot of flack.
I don't care. They pay the big bucks.
Dude. Sponsor us. We don't care. We'll sell out.
Sponsored by AG1. Do you hate vegetables? I sure as hell do.
I hate them.
Put them onto this green powder. Have it once a day.
And snort it.
And you will poop solid.
Don't make me promises you can't keep. So I think one of the main issues with this, and one of the reasons that these things go viral, is that people love to pretend that they know things, or like, oh, I read that anxious dads work out are less likely to. And it's like, you don't really know. You didn't read about it. You didn't find out. You didn't do any research. You just saw a headline that was convenient to you, grabbed it, and vomited it to somebody else. And I think people just like that spreading of like, they're knowledgeable. And that's why all this misinformation, because that whole narcissism that you just mentioned is misinformation, ultimately. With that being said, guys, thanks for joining us on another episode of the Be Fit Brothers podcast, where fitness meets common sense. As usual, it's my brother Julian, and I'm Victor, or
I'm fitness, and that's common sense. That's what I think about every time.
That was the last one? I don't remember that. That's Gigi Allen. And,
oh, God, no.
And I'm his grave.
Jesus Christ was his real name.
I mean,
his government name.
He picked it.
Don't look into it. No, his dad picked it. His dad was a wacko.
So you see, sometimes you're pushed in a certain direction.
Yep.
Sometimes life puts you there. Don't look up Gigi Allen if you don't know who he is. With that being said, narcissism, am I right?
Narcissism. Let's talk about it. So I looked into it because, first of all, I'd be the first to admit that I fall into, well, I have been, but I fall into that thing of you skim a headline or a quick article on social media that someone else summarized, and you're just like, okay, I know this now. Yeah. I have acquired new knowledge. And I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but it's a little bit sad to me what society has become with less and less attention capabilities, less people reading books, even less people reading scientific research, and everything just being, you're digesting things through these little viral clips and somebody trying to entertain their way into educating you, and people reading only the headline and not reading the actual article. And we all know how, if you have an agenda, or if you're a propagandist, or if you have a bias, you're going to write that headline in a very specific way. We all have a bias. So what's happening is just spreading like wildfire, all these things that maybe we as society start to accept things as truth, and it's not even true at all. It was never true.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I mean, and it's always happened. It's like how you spread rumors, like Marilyn Manson removed 2 ribs to perform fellatio on himself. Like all these things that are like fact to people because of how often they've regurgitated and repeated.
If you repeat something enough, that's propaganda 101.
Exactly.
Repeat it.
Yeah, so all these things, and now there's misinformation that we're going to get into, like lifting weights makes women bulky, lifting weights stunts children's growth. All these things are just things that are repeated so often, after a while you're like, you just kind of like say it as truth. You don't even say like, did you know that women, it's just like a fact. Like, hey, no, I don't want to lift too much weights because it makes me bulky as a woman. You know,
yeah,
like,
I think most people, that's a very, very prevalent one. The other one that a lot of people believe that you just said is that lifting weights stunts children's growth. There was never any research about it. That was just somebody's idea. And like, yeah, that makes sense,
you know, who did it?
Because lifting weights.
A little guy said that. He started that rumor.
Short King.
A Short King started that
like,
rumor.
You see, that's why.
This is
lifted
why.
too many weights.
This is why. I lifted too many weights.
So yeah, maybe a lot of you right now listening are thinking, oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
I thought that.
I believe all those things.
That being said, I wouldn't necessarily prescribe weightlifting for young children, but that's a whole nother episode that we should probably do.
It's part of my show.
So this was, first of all, a half-assed study.
Can't even call it a study.
You can't even call it a study. They basically took Facebook posts and they try to cross-reference Facebook posts with a correlation of certain psychological disorders.
So this is
such as
2016,
narcissism,
right?
Something like that.
Yeah, because we had to mention that, I think.
Yeah, correlations between personality traits and Facebook usage. So it wasn't, first of all, it's specific to Facebook. So I know it's a bunch of boomers.
Second of all, for me, it's like people are putting on these personas online. So how are you going to judge somebody's, or give them a whole personality trait based on something that they might be fabricating for the internet?
How could you even, if you think about how you would perform a study like this, it's kind of impossible, right?
Yeah.
How would you take...
Because if I tell you I'm doing it, then you might change your behavior. But if I'm just analyzing it from I'm not going to tell them, but I'm going to analyze this person that works out. How do I know that's not a curated profile or like something an air they're putting on?
And the other thing too is that they're not saying, okay, we analyzed 500 users from Facebook and then cross-referencing that with their psychologists that have diagnosed them with narcissism or with whatever, personality disorder.
It's against Hippo.
And it's like, so then how do you know? So then what they did is a lot of like correlation, a lot of, well, it might be this, well, that sounds like that. So in other words, this wasn't a controlled, like random controlled trial, rigorous, peer-reviewed. It was very BS, and it's been watered down every time somebody writes about it to the point where it becomes one of these memes where it's like, people who post their workouts are more likely to have psychological disorders.
It's like one of those...
So vague, but when I tell you, dude, the amount of shares is unbelievable.
It's like those Twitter Uber facts that they're just like, did you know a hummingbird can fly into your penis and come out of your ass? And you're like,
excuse me?
What? Oh my God. And you like retweet, and all of a sudden people are saying it like it's common knowledge.
What weird shit are you talking about? Now, what I think is more interesting than that is not,
the study itself,
disproving the study or anything like that, is why this would be something that a lot of people like get behind, like, yeah, that's got to be true.
Now, why was that guy that wanted to do the study in the first place? Like, why would you even, you know what? I'm going to see this, analyze this. Like, who hurt you, dude? What person that posts their workouts hurt you?
I do think it's interesting to study the traits of people who post on social media because a lot of people don't. Like, the majority of people, I think it's under 10% of people who use social media. Most people just scroll and they're like lurkers. Exactly. I do find it interesting, and I will say, to play devil's advocate, there is a lot of narcissism on social media.
I was gonna say
it's got to have some sort of correlation.
I was gonna say my easiest way to identify if somebody's narcissistic is, do they post a lot of selfies of themselves?
Just look at their profile. You'll
you're
know.
Probably narcissist. Like there's no.
At least, and let's separate. You don't have to be a narcissist, but you can have narcissistic traits.
Yeah, and also not every narcissist is gonna post selfies. Like,
for sure,
the two don't have to necessarily correlate all the time.
Exactly. But I think the very interesting thing that I want to start off by talking about is why this would be something that people share, right? And I think like the first thing that comes to mind is that this creates now data for me to, if I'm already one of these like quote unquote haters that like is always shit talking these gym people, like, oh, there she goes again posting her workout. Like, God, don't you have anything better to do? Oh, she's such a narcissist. She's just like hungry for attention. But really, it's like we talked about a few podcasts back. It's a projection of the fact that you don't go to the gym and you don't work out. So it's easier to hate on somebody who does. And then you can shit on them for posting their workouts online. Meanwhile, you do nothing.
Yeah. And I think that's a huge part of it. And it's kind of upsetting because if you don't like what somebody's posting, just don't follow them or mute them. And how are you going to dislike somebody posting something positive? It's like, I don't know, if they want to do it for whatever reason they want, if it's narcissism, if it's to get attention, whatever it is, at least they're going out and working out, which is more than you could say for the person. What's the Teddy Roosevelt, the man in the arena? Like, yeah, you're just gonna criticize me from your couch eating Cheetos. Like, hey, at least I'm doing something. That'll be and I'm not a workout poster. That would be my only argument for these people, or not my only, but I think the biggest argument.
Yeah, it's kind of like fitness shaming, right? This gives me a reason to be able to shame you. Oh, because you see, like, it's associated with narcissists. I knew it. I knew all these freaking people that are always posting.
So send it to your other friends.
I knew they have a disorder because it's not normal. It's not healthy to be that obsessed with the gym or whatever. At the end of the day, it's projection, and we're all gonna find reasons to, like, hate, or maybe hate is a strong word, but would be a better word.
I know how you mean it, like being a hater, not necessarily like hate as in despise. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Because deep down, there's some sort of insecurity within myself, or I'm projecting, or whatever. And again, to play the other side, sometimes a person is really annoying and incessantly posting about the same thing. And in which case, like you said, it's very easy to just mute, block, unfollow.
I used to, back in the Twitter days, there was a girl that I knew, and I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Oh, God.
That she would post every single morning, rise and grind, rise and grind, rise and grind. It was like, and then a thing of her working out. And
which some people love.
After a while, I was like, oh, man, this is just annoying. Like, how do you wake up every morning and want to put that and, like, have the energy? But taking a step back and analyzing it, like, who cares? Who cares what you're doing? Like, it's not affecting me.
But on the other hand, I care, and I want to curate my feed. So, but I'm not hating. Yeah. I'm just gonna mute a few people so that I don't see it, because I'm sorry, like I have control somewhat. Now it's freaking all algorithms, but I have some control over my feed, and there's some things that just don't vibe with me. I don't want to see it. I don't really care for it.
Now there's so many other things that you could say. This person is doing this. Like, why would you post on social media? It's like, let's say you have kids and you're going out every day and like you're posting yourself. Oh, and like your life is suddenly about you and this life that you live, this extravagant life of going out and being. It's like, dude, don't you have kids? Like, shouldn't you be doing something? Like, I get there's other reasons why you can call somebody narcissistic or question why would you post
your
this?
argument is that they're doing something good, so why are you hating, right?
Let's say you're criticizing this person for posting all their work and they're being annoying, whatever, what have you. You don't know what that person's posts are doing to someone else. Like, maybe somebody looks up to them to motivate them. Like, hey, Jimmy hit the gym again. Damn, he's so consistent. Every time he posts, it motivates me to go to the gym. Like, you don't know what positive effect that's having on somebody else. So you can't put your little BS, like self-inflicting thoughts about how they make you feel to the side and possibly think about that. Like,
no, nobody, not a lot of people are that self-aware.
I mean, God, that's terrible.
Also, not only what is that post is doing to somebody else, what it's doing to the person who posted. Yeah. Like, maybe that's their way of holding themselves accountable. And we will get into the positive reasons why you might want to post your workouts, but maybe it's the way it makes you feel. Maybe the fact that you have gotten to the habit of taking a selfie at the end of your session or something like that is your way of holding yourself accountable. It makes you feel good, like, I'm accomplished. I did this today.
It's
Let
like
me take my selfie. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just a personal thing that just makes them feel a certain way. Oh, you want to hear the people that I've blocked before? Or not blocked, muted? Do we want to go into when someone does exhibit narcissistic traits first, or the positive reasons that someone might post their workouts? Which one do you want to go with?
Let's go with the signs of a real narcissist.
Okay. Let's go with Julian circa 2013. Okay.
Pull up his Facebook feed. Pull up his Facebook feed. Pull up some of your tweets here.
So, from experience, that I am someone with narcissistic traits, and I'll be the first to admit it. But I've gotten better as I've gotten older, so give me a little bit of credit. But here's what I will say. 2 things. Number 1, if you get into bodybuilding of any sort, by default, congratulations, sir. You are now a narcissist. Why?
They give you a trophy and a little narcissist medal.
Like
I heard that. That's pretty cool.
You are looking yourself in the mirror constantly. You're working out. You're trying. The whole game is improving your physique. You're looking. You're posing. Every time you see a mirror, you're, good lighting.
Like, damn, my delts look
constantly looking at yourself, taking pictures. That's 1. Number 2, as soon as social media became a thing, that threw fuel to the flame that is narcissism. Because now it's not only am I getting that little dopamine hit of looking at myself and feeding myself, now it's let me post it.
Yeah. Am I getting the hearts?
Other people are telling you how good you look. So it's honestly the worst thing for somebody with an actual personality disorder, because you're gonna now be addicted to that validation. So it's not only about yourself; it's about what other people, how others perceive you. So I would just go ahead and say, like, it's tough if you have that tendency. Another one is if you're a good-looking person. I would say more specifically, girl, like a good-looking girl, and you post pictures of yourself and you get all this validation, isn't that going to make any normal, logical person want to post more pictures of yourself?
Yeah, and it's going to fill your head with all that stuff too.
Exactly.
So you're automatically believing all these things that people tell you. And then what I find sad is, and I've seen it before, when they post a picture, it's not getting that reception they want, and they delete it. And it's like,
felt cute, might delete.
Felt cute, and you actually did delete because nobody responded to it. But that's such a sad thing for me, because it's not only feeding your narcissism, but then it's also like making you dependent on this device, on these things, on these hearts. And if you're not getting that, then what does that do for your psyche? Like for your psyche, what does that do for your self-esteem? Back in the day, it was just, oh, I'm getting compliments. Oh, I like how I look in the mirror. Now it's like, if I don't get X amount, like I'm sure some of these people have numbers. If I don't get 10,000 hearts, dude, it's a flop of a picture. If I don't get this amount of comments or replies, it's a flop and I look like shit. And then there goes my day. Basically, I know how these people feel.
No, 100%. I mean, I've felt that before, where I've put so much effort into a post, not about myself. I'm not that narcissistic, but something that I put a lot of energy into. Maybe it was a video or educational thing, and it's like crickets, and you're like, man, I put so much work into that. Like, it bums you out. Whereas if you hit it big and you get a bunch of validation, then all of a sudden, like, I'm the shit, and you feel good about yourself.
But when you're doing it like you said, it's not like I'm the shit. It's like, this thing I put out was really good. Like that. I mean, that's how regular content creator would take it.
You're gonna always bring it back to yourself. Like, I'm so smart and witty because of this, or I'm so funny, everybody laughs. Look how many laughing emojis people put.
When I would post funny skits, I didn't, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't make it about myself. It was always about the end product. Like, oh, that was a really good skit that came out of all this, or oh, people really responded well to that. It was never like, I guess I wasn't really funny in this one, or like, I guess, damn, I'm the funniest, like, look how good this skit came out. It was always, for me, a reflection of the content. Now, if it's a picture of yourself, how else are you gonna take that?
Exactly.
It's all like, I look like shit in this picture, or I look wimpy, or...
Which is what most people post on social media.
100%.
And that brings me to my next point. When Instagram first started, I love that version of Instagram. It was
pure.
You're pointing the camera out, right? So like, here's this food I'm eating, or here's this sunset, or here's my dog, or here's something else.
Somebody dresses
it's very innocent. Yeah. All of a sudden, we started taking pictures of ourselves, and now it was selfie, and like the whole selfie thing like wasn't really a thing until social media. And here's where it gets to me sad, is that you post a picture of yourself in a bikini, or you post a picture of the book you're reading. Which one gets more likes?
Depends on how you look in that bikini, baby.
If you look like Borat. So what I'm saying is, it incentivizes you, especially, like I said, young women, to post the most, like, the things that get you most likes, which, let's face it, it's gonna be you in a bikini. And if you think I'm wrong, go to a girl's profile and see which picture has the most likes.
If you have nice eyes, it's one of your eyes are looking good. And it's like, if you have a banging body, it's one of your body.
Exactly. It's what your like most attractive feature is. It's very primal and very narcissistic, very aesthetic, right? Yeah. So what does that make you do? Again, if you're like the logical person says, I'm going to post more of the stuff that's giving me validation, because who doesn't want to see heart? Oh my God.
Especially if your end game is to like grow your profile or make a name for yourself.
I would say any end game, man. I mean, there's a few select people, I can think of a lot of them that don't play the game. Like they don't care. I'm going to post what I'm going to post. I'm not in it for, for the validation. I'm going to post the things that I like. And I love that. That's great. I think that's how it should be in my perfect world. But the vast majority of people aren't like that. The vast majority of people want to have this nicely curated profile with similar amount of likes, because you don't want to have that one post that flopped. God forbid your average is 300 likes, and then you get one that's like, 24. Like you want to get that out of there. Yeah. So I just think that it's insidious in a way to have that carrot and stick game of like, I have to post something that gives me a lot of likes.
Yeah, and I wish, like you said, I wish more people just didn't care. Like, I'm posting things that I want to post, and I'm doing it for myself. And it's funny that you mentioned that the rare people, and it's true. You see, like, the random girl that's, like, really into books, or, like, she lives this, travel lifestyle, and it's pictures of where I travel, pictures of my books, pictures. And then one picture's like, she happens to be in it, and she's caked up or something like that. And it's like, oh, my God, yo, damn, hold on. We're in the bakery open. And then that one gets an influx of likes. Like, unfortunately, it's how life is, but I wish it wasn't, Like, I wish everything receives the same amount of attention, but it's not a reality.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to innate personality traits, right? Some people are going to be the type that, I don't care, I'm not doing it for the likes. And then other people, it's gonna really hurt them when they don't get that likes, and they're gonna feed off the validation. And I wanna make it clear, there's no judgment here whether you're more type A or type B or whatever, those type of people. It's not about that. It's just that we're all different.
Yeah.
And I can tell you as somebody who did care about that, because at a certain point, my account was growing to a certain point where like I was getting sponsorships and I was getting certain deals. And now all of a sudden your income depends on it.
Yeah.
You better get a certain amount of reach because companies are paying you.
That's when things are getting complicated.
And now it's like, okay, I have to care about likes. I have to care about reach. So it's a game that can get a little bit ugly and a little bit toxic.
Once you start doing it for financial reasons, then I think we kind of need to take a step back because that changes everything. That's not about you anymore. It's about like finances. That changes everything. But I have a question for you. Do you think people that edit their pictures are inherently narcissistic? Like, or if you exaggerate your features, does that make you inherently narcissistic? Or does that mean that you could have some sort of,
I think it makes
you're self-conscious?
I think it's perfectly reasonable to edit your pictures. I do. I mean, I'm going to say that's part one. Part two of my argument is I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'll brighten my teeth a little bit if they came out too yellow, but that's about the extent of it because there's something in me, my conscience won't let me edit my body. Like I don't understand the point of putting a fake version of yourself online. You can put yourself in the best light. You can take 30 pictures of yourself and pick the best one and then, make the sky a little bit bluer and whatever. But
that's not what I mean by editing your pictures. Yeah, that's not what I mean by editing your pictures.
You mean editing your body.
Physically manipulate your body or like, make my lips bigger on this one, or my nose looks a little weird. Let me tweak it a little bit. Like that for me is so disingenuous. But does that reflect mostly on narcissism, or does that make you more like self-conscious?
Let's look up the definition of narcissistic, real quick.
Or can it be like, is it a both thing? Narcissism definition.
Of course, the narcissist would say it's perfectly reasonable to edit pictures of yourself.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I
had an ex-girlfriend who called me a narcissist once. It was the first time that anyone had just made that reference, and I was like, I thought about it. I'm like, am I a narcissist? And back then, I don't think I was. I was just selfish. That's a different thing.
So based on the definition of narcissist, who's a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. So I think editing your pictures doesn't make you a narcissist. I think that screams more to your insecurities.
But is there any tie to insecurities based off of that definition? And also, I know that that's like the textbook definition, then there's like the psychological disorder of narcissism.
Narcissists think the world revolves around them. See, an excessive focus on oneself, a grandiose sense of self-importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy, often leading to exploitative, manipulative, and entitled actions.
Okay, so the question would be, if you have one of those traits but not the others, are you still a narcissist? Because there's one trait in there that 100%, the people who edit their pictures has that, which is...
a deep need for admiration?
Yeah, deep need for admiration.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know a lot of people that have a deep need for admiration, but they don't have a lack of empathy. No. And they're not... And they don't think that they're the shit.
Check all the boxes. What I think that it comes down to, and if you're looking at it from this, is... the deep need for admiration leading to exploitative, manipulative actions. For me, that's when you become a narcissist, is when you're editing your body to sell your workout plan. When you're editing your beard online to sell your beard oil or all that. When you're manipulating people into believing what I'm doing is going to get you to look like me, but you're lying about it. Yeah, that I think falls more into narcissism.
No, 100%. I'll be the first to say that really pisses me off.
Yeah,
I hate when people do that. Because that is manipulative. That's downright like insidious. That's not morally
It's the same as like the girl that gets the BBL and then, here's my glute workout program. Bro, nobody wants to look at your glute workout program. You cheated basically to get to where you are. So what are you going to try to sell me now?
Yeah.
That for me is narcissism more than just, editing a picture of yourself for your friends to see it. Like whatever. That you might just be super self-conscious, and one thing does not mean the other.
Which, wouldn't that be the opposite of narcissism in a way? Because narcissists have this grandiose image of themselves, but if you're actually deeply insecure, and that's why you are self-centered.
Most narcissists are deeply insecure, so I don't think there's a correlation at all.
No, but there are some people that are delusionally. Oh yeah. Now we're talking about like an actual psychological disorder where they really think that the world revolves around them, and when there's a problem with you, they have an inability to see how to have consequences for their actions. They think that even when they are blatantly at fault, it was somebody else's fault. So that's a form of narcissism as well. So 100%. We should start off by saying that we're not psychologists and we're not here to diagnose narcissism, but I think it's interesting commentary for sure.
Me and 99% of the world minored in psychology. I think another part of this is that all of these words have kind of taken on a lighter meaning. Like you can just go ahead and call somebody a narcissist, or you can call somebody
a
Nazi or toxic, and all these things that are like these are exaggerations of one trait somebody might have. And I actually looked it up, and the word narcissist exploded in like the 2010s in terms of usability, of searchability. And it's just people either self-diagnosing themselves or self-diagnosing somebody they know. And it's not good for us to be throwing around these words that carry such a meaning. Like you can call somebody a narcissist and you're like, nah, yeah, well, you're just a narcissist. And it's like somebody just, thinks they look good in a mirror. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what they are. You're putting a pretty strong diagnosis. It's like everybody now like, oh yeah, no, it's that I have autism and I have ADHD and I have this. I have all of this.
Completely agree.
Oh, I have OCD. Why? Because your desk is a little clean? Like that's not what OCD is.
And not just that, but they completely identify with said disorder.
Yeah.
And now their entire TikTok is about my ADHD or my OCD or something like that, or my Tourette's. And then people are even faking having Tourette's syndrome just for attention. I mean, it's sad what people do for attention. But I think everybody slightly enjoys being diagnosed with something,
being part
or
of a little
like,
camp.
and mind you, they're not really diagnosed, diagnosing themselves.
I'm so glad I have autism. Like that's what it sounds like.
Even it's something that might be categorized as like not good, but the fact that now that puts you in a class of people and you could be like an advocate for those people.
But also
that's better than just being a regular normie.
But I think what people like is that it excuses some behaviors, and it's like, oh no, I do this because I have ADHD. I forgot your birthday.
That's my narcissism.
I forgot your birthday. I'm so sorry.
However, I don't think anybody like is a self-proclaimed narcissist.
Well, I mean, narcissist coming through.
Yeah, I think narcissism is pretty
negative enough.
Negative connotation by society.
Yeah, but what I mean is that people tend to throw it on each other. Like you're not gonna throw it on yourself.
On other people.
But you'll toss it to somebody else. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, for example, in defense of people like me who you can grow out of things, right? Like you could have called me a narcissist when I was 22, and you might have been right.
I think a lot of 22-year-olds are self-absorbed narcissistic traits without necessarily being a narcissist or falling into that exact hole of narcissism. Like what young woman that age doesn't take a bunch of selfies of themselves or doesn't like to look at themselves in the mirror? It just is what it is. What guy that doesn't work out isn't admiring themselves? Like
you admiring, bro?
You admiring your physique, bro. Ugh.
I was just thinking of a picture that I posted as my profile picture on Facebook. I cropped the girl that was in the picture with me because I looked so good in it.
Didn't she get mad at you for that?
I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, I didn't care at the moment, but that's messed up, man. I would look at that. Dude, I think it's messed up.
What, are you going to put you and her?
No, but like, I never posted that picture. I completely cropped her out, and I was like, damn, I look good. Boom, profile picture. No, that's not messed up, really?
Nothing wrong with that.
I think it was a little messed up.
It's your profile. It's your dog.
Because it's like the people that take the group picture, I look really good in that one, crop everybody else
I don't think that's wrong either.
Okay.
Now,
let's discuss in the comments.
If you post a group picture and everybody's like a demon and you're coming out great, then you're a jerk. Like, that's not nice. But if you're cropping yourself out, so what? It's you in the picture.
Yeah, okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Plus, it's not like if you were dating the girl, that's a different...
Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, then who cares?
But no, I mean, I am harsh on myself, but I got to the point where, I peaked in narcissism, and then I started being a lot more self-aware of like, how is this coming across? Like, what do I want to be perceived as? Which, you can argue the authenticity of something like that, but that's social media, folks. Let's face it. Everybody's playing a version of themselves, the best version of themselves.
And that's why, going back to that bullshit study, it's like, how are you going to judge people based on a persona? Because that's what we all have online for the most part, is a persona. So it's like, oh, The Rock looks like such a nice guy. The Rock looks like such a good guy. He's out there doing all these rock things.
And it's so funny, the morons that believe everything they see on social media.
Oh my God,
they look like such a happy couple. Okay. Yeah. I know that couple.
Exactly. Come on, man. Like, they posted one picture together and you see them out the whole night. They don't interact with each other. It's like, okay, like, yeah, come on, man. Stop falling for that BS, guys.
No, but I do completely agree with what you said about all these terms. To me, everything has lost its meaning because it's been overused and watered down to the extent that it doesn't even mean what it used to mean anymore. Yeah. And I think that's a mistake. I think that words have power. Like I think it's important to use the right words and in the right context, but that's the opposite of social media.
Yeah, it's the opposite of social media. And it's unfortunately like we ride these waves. So like you're going to ride everybody has autism wave. Everybody has ADHD wave. And it's like we're riding these waves like everybody was being gaslit at some point.
To be fair, everybody does have ADHD.
Well, there you go. But like
the smartphones.
But like, now everybody's being gaslit. Now people are love bombing. Like all these words, it's like, do you even know what it means before you're throwing it around, or do you just want to be part of the pack and use these words? Like, so for me, like you said, the words have meaning, but they've lost it in this day and age.
Yeah, I'm not a big go with trends kind of guy, so I'm always like the last one to find out about these terms.
Also, speaking of this, we want to do like a pop culture quiz with him and our other best friend, our producer Maynard, because they don't know anything. They thought Chris Hemsworth was a wrestler.
That was Maynard.
They thought the Minions were smart. Do you even know that?
No, I don't think they're smart.
No, what do you think about them?
I call Eddie, my daughter, a minion because she says one word and then the rest is just
banana. Yeah. So
if you want to see that segment, comment below.
Yeah, look for that. It's coming soon.
Boomer brother.
My boomer brother says. He showed me a video the other day. It's like,
oh come on,
look at these guys. Hairline challenge. Mind you, the top it says filter. Oh, I tricked my boyfriend using a filter. It's like I'm with my dad. I'm like, this is a filter.
Mind you, I pride myself on like not believing most of what I see, but I got. Sometimes you get got, guys.
Sometimes you get got. Like the whole shark. Oh, there's sharks in the shopping mall in Texas because it got flooded, and people were like, well, there's sharks in the shopping mall.
But that's a perfect. I know it seems we're going off topic, but that's a perfect segue back to how misinformation spreads. And then some idiot sees a shark in the flood and shares it and shares it and shares it in WhatsApp and Facebook, and all of a sudden, all your boomer parents and aunts and uncles believe that they're and repeat it.
You're on it. I saw
it the other day.
There's a shark in the malls over there. You gotta be careful.
Exactly. So, right back to this fake study that I believed for months until I decided to let me just look into it. And perfect topic for the podcast. Okay, so let's make the case and an argument for why you would post your workouts that have nothing to do with having a personality disorder or psychological disorder.
I think the biggest one is accountability. Like, people like to keep themselves accountable and like for others to keep them accountable. I know a lot of people like that would always post their workouts, and when they didn't, I'll be like, yo, I would like reach out to them. You've been slacking? Or, oh no, I just haven't been posting. It's like, that's, I think, a great way for yourself to be in check and for others around you to kind of not keep you in check, but make sure like, yo, this person's on their shit.
Yeah, especially if you've publicly announced a goal.
Yeah.
It's a great accountability tool because one of the things that we hate as humans is social embarrassment.
Yeah.
So just to not let everybody down, all your followers down, you're gonna continue to post your workouts and your progress along the way, which leads me to the next reason, which is tracking progress.
Great one.
Being able to, I hit 100 pounds today on this lift, whatever, making progress. 2 weeks later, hey, I'm at 115.
And it feels good. If somebody pats you on the back there, it feels much better in my opinion. And it's like, oh, hey, you're looking great. Because of course, we all like to be commended on how we look and complimented on how we look. But for somebody to tell you, damn, good job, 200 pounds on your squat is amazing. Like for me, that's
a big reason why we are trainers, right?
Yeah.
That's a big part of our job is that encouragement. Like we understand how that aids in keeping people on track. The other thing I should have said before any of this is that I think that intention matters. Like
100%.
Why you're posting, I think matters a lot, which is why all these things that we're getting into are positive. But it can very well be, I'm literally just posting this to show off and get claps and validation. And those are the type of people that I would unfollow, because it's like, okay, you're faking the educational post or you're making things up because you just want to seem cool or because you really like the way you look in that thing, which again, there's nothing wrong with liking the way you look, but don't hide your intentions behind, oh no, I'm just educating and inspiring. That was my favorite one that I got so sick of people using. And no, I'm just doing it to motivate and inspire, man.
Oh yeah,
like, are you really?
My hamstrings. Look at my hamstrings. It's like you're clearly just showing off your ass. Like, what are we doing?
It's that classic, like, arm day, and you're showing the cameras like from your butt up.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, look at my chest workout. It's like your tits are out. Like, what's your real goal here? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I think like you said, intention definitely matters, because if you're doing these things from I'm just trying to show off, but oh no, what do you mean? I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? No, it's just educational or inspiring. That's BS. That's disingenuous. That I think falls into the camp of a narcissist.
Yeah. So with that being said, like now we're talking about other intentions. Yeah. And again, I don't want to
muddle the waters.
Talk down on the other side, but it's just like, that's not for me. That's not something that I would endorse.
And it's not something that you would like. I wouldn't want it in my circle, because I would be the first to call you out and be like, dude, you're full of shit. You posted that picture doing chin-ups because you look great. Don't tell me it was because you're trying to educate people.
Another one would be, either building a community or being part of a community that's practicing whatever you're practicing, whether it's running or you're a power lifter or any other type of modality. It feels good to be in that camp of I'm training with you guys. Like I'm doing this and I was motivated by this person, or I was inspired by that person, or, you know, it's good to connect with others that are doing the same thing as you or something similar.
In that same vein, in a perfect world, one would say, hey, look, this is me running, whatever. In a perfect world, another runner would be like, damn, you're doing awesome. If I could help you out, like your gait needs a little bit of work. In a perfect world, of course, because I know a lot of people would take that to heart. I know. But that, in a sense, to me, would be a great part of...
Or even over DM, so it's not like a public
No, I don't mean they would comment it.
Okay.
No, yeah, like you post a story doing a lift, and it's like, oh, DM, dude, you're doing awesome. If you want some tips, let me know. Like, we'll get together. Like, you know, something like that. Something.
Yeah, it's a real productive community.
Yeah, not how 99% of people would take it like, look at this fat asshole talking shit because...
Well, I think one of the best things about social media is the ability to connect with other like-minded people who might be on the other side of the world. Like I remember with something like Ido Portal, the Ido Portal method was like big. It was people from all corners of the world doing something that was very esoteric and very strange and weird, but you didn't care if you're the one weird guy in your neighborhood doing it because there's like 5,000 other people doing it around the world.
There
and
are
that
dozens
feels
of
good.
us.
Yeah, like I have my tribe, they're just not local.
They're just not here, and I look like a psychopath doing this on the basketball court.
Weird. I look super weird.
That was us doing our dynamic warm-ups before dynamic warm-ups were a thing. We're playing basketball, like doing sweeps, doing IYTs, and we're like, what the hell are you doing, man? Just do these hip things that everybody does. I think another good reason to post your workouts is to show people that, hey, I'm a regular person just like you. I'm not this fitness model going out and like, oh, you have to look this good to do bicep curls. Like, no, I'm a regular person. I might be underweight. I might be overweight, whatever, what have you. I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
So like relatability.
Relatability. Like anybody can do it. I can get up from my couch. I have 2 kids and a busy life and I'm still doing it. Like these things are inspiring to people that might be in your same boat that you don't know. Like somebody that's out of shape that has 2 kids is like, damn, this guy's doing it. I can definitely do it. Like I can have a mid physique like Julian, like something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
another one is you're adding to my body dysmorphia that I already have.
I'm sorry.
That's why I'm not narcissistic anymore. I don't have the body for it.
You're gonna say it's because I'm such an asshole to you.
Okay, another one, a very common one, which I think is another great thing about social media is education. I know we were kind of crapping on getting your information from like headlines and social media posts, but I personally follow a lot of educators that are phenomenal at distilling information, making visual examples and analogies to make you understand concepts. Like they're real teachers, real educators that are using this as like Huberman is a perfect example. Like he has a whole, dense catalog of complex topics, 2-hour podcast, and he has 300 of them. So I think that's fantastic and you can learn a lot. I would say there are limitations to that. It doesn't replace a true education, but I think it's perfectly fine that if you're getting into something, you actually become very good at it. Okay, so now that's how I started, that and a little bit of showing off, but it was like, this exercise is good for X, Y, Z. You should do this if you have low back pain.
And Huberman is more like an intellectual example. I think there's other even better examples that you can use that are kind of playing both sides. Like Brett Contreras, like here's a girl with a ridiculous physique.
Yeah, he knows how to play the game.
But however, I'm also going to educate
university.
you. Or squat. I was going to say. Here's somebody with a ridiculous physique. However,
to get you in.
Yeah, you're in. You're hooked. Okay, now here's some actual scientific evidence and data and good exercises that you could do. You're not probably going to look like a person. I don't want to say that and they never do.
Which, let me tell you, that's a genius strategy. I know he gets like, it's become now like a meme.
He can't keep getting away with it.
He's getting away with it, but I think it's perfectly reasonable because at the end of the day, the guy knows his stuff.
He's playing the game. He has real clients. He's not one of these, oh, listen to me because I have 100,000 followers. So, no, he has real people that he helps, that he,
Some people play the game in a like good way.
He's doing it from the visually appealing point of view, and then he's educating you. So, like you said, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's a different angle than the Huberman angle of, oh, I'm going to post a scientific study, or what do you call it, this guy? Not Lane Norton, Alan
Aragon.
It's like I'm going to put more either graphs or scientific studies or things that Victor's going to ignore.
For sure. I follow some like hardcore researchers, and
sometimes
they're
you're not
boring. They don't know how to use social media.
Not. Like I'm
not going to read 5 paragraphs of an abstract from the recent study. Like I need you to.
You know what it is? You have to be in the mood. That's my thing. I have to be in the mood to like. Peter Attia posted this whole thing.
But you're not because you're on Instagram.
100%.
That's the problem.
100%. I gotta get their newsletter or something.
That leads me to the next one. The next reason why you might post, and this one is something that we absolutely do, and that's marketing.
Oh yeah.
If you're a trainer, if you're a content creator, if you own a gym, if you are selling T-shirts, whatever, like you have to post. Like it's become almost a necessary thing for anybody that's selling anything. Now, of course, I can go good and bad. Like marketing can take you into like kind of a dark path. But on the other hand, it's a way to show off your product, your service, what you do, what you know. So marketing has become, some would argue, has ruined social media because now when you go in there, you can't go literally 2 seconds without seeing an ad.
Yeah, 100%. Whether it's sponsored or not, you don't know. You don't know whether the person that's posting the thing is genuinely posting it or they're posting it because somebody gave them this, like somebody gave them this to sell. So it's a real game of knowing how to navigate it, I guess I would say.
Yeah. Here's how I would end this. I think when you're discussing whether somebody's a narcissist or not, I think it's obvious when they are.
Yeah.
I think that,
it might be because some people are really good at putting on a mask and showing others one side when behind the scenes, like somebody might be like, oh, damn, so-and-so is great. And they're either their best friend or their significant other is like, well, they're great in front of a crowd.
So they could be so narcissistic, but also know how to play the game enough to not look narcissistic. To like literally be like, okay, my feed is going to look like selfie, which is what I really want to post. Great thing I did, great deed,
things
great
that make
charity,
me look interesting.
Great charity that I donated to, awesome vacation picture, selfie, like that. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
That makes me interesting, but really you're just posting it because you want to seem multifaceted when really, like you said, all I want to do is post my selfie, or I'm really just somebody
I personally think if someone's trying too hard, even if they're playing that kindness game a little too hard, that's a little bit of a red flag. But
like if you're giving money to the homeless and you're recording it, like why?
Yeah.
Like, like that type of thing is like, you're probably a narcissist.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what I would say is that if you are the type of person that is posting for more genuine, any of the reasons we just discussed, don't let these false accusations of narcissism or these stupid studies or anything stop you, because now what I'm afraid of is a bunch of people with genuine intentions just stopping themselves because I don't want to be labeled as, I don't want to
post every day myself in the mirror in the gym because people are going to take it the wrong way. Like, who gives a shit?
Exactly. Now, one of the things I just thought of that we haven't even talked about is the act of setting up your tripod to record yourself in a public gym. Like I think that's one of the reasons why most people wouldn't even do it, because that makes you look a little bit narcissistic, in my opinion.
I'm so embarrassed.
I would never do that.
Either setting up I'm embarrassed to get caught like taking a picture of myself. God forbid. Somebody sees me.
Even worse is taking a video of yourself talking.
Me in the car.
People have no shame when it comes to that.
People have no shame. I'm so ashamed to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's like a locker room selfie, or if it's like you put your camera, you kind of like hid your camera down and you secretly recorded your set. Like you don't have to be, if that's not your personality type, if you're more introverted, you're not going to be the type that just sets up their tripod there while everybody else is working out. Like you're just not going to do that.
And if you are, don't get mad at people for walking in the way, for looking at you in the video. Don't get upset at that. You're the one that's set up in a public place, so don't get upset with that. Like.
Yeah, and I think that is a trait of a narcissist. Those videos that you see every now and then go viral, where like what the girl,
how dare you walk in my video?
Checking her out, that you shouldn't walk in front of me because God forbid I'm here in this place that we're all paying for. But you should have seen the camera. You should have known that you better walk around. It's like, okay, that's narcissistic. This isn't about you. If you want to film yourself, that's fine, but don't be upset that everybody else is doing their own thing.
Yeah, just like damn, this is. How can I make this sound not terrible? If you're going to the gym in like a little tiny sports bra and your boobs are hanging out and you're in little tiny booty shorts, white booty shorts, and people tend to glance at you, like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, is that not your intention? Or are you really doing it for yourself? Like,
oh man, can we please have that debate?
Is that bad to say? I'm not saying she's asking for it.
Let's get two.
I'm not saying
Let's get 2 women on the pod and we'll go us against them.
No, but I want one that dresses like scantily clad and maybe one that doesn't. And I want them to kind of like go at it because are you really doing it for yourself or are you doing it to see your...
This is an age-old feminist question that I would love to debate against.
I'm not saying
I would love to debate against that. I love the whole idea of that some women have, that it's like, I'm dressing in a way that is going to trigger men's biological urge to look at you.
Where did I start?
However, don't look at me. Don't you dare look at me. My tits are in your face.
Whoa!
Do not look. You better look up. It's like giving your dog their favorite treat, but like,
hey, don't look at it.
This.
Don't look at it either.
Don't want this.
Don't even look at it.
The dog's salivating like, hey, why are you looking at that?
Don't even look at it. Like, it's not a don't eat it. It's a don't even look at the treat, dog.
And then the other lie, I do it for myself.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not dressing for you.
But here's the thing. I dress, I wear slutty tank tops.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, you already should be in trouble. Look at this guy saying they deserve it. I dress, I wear like slutty tank tops to the gym. It's not because I want people to be like, oh, look at your nipple. I don't feel comfortable in sleeves. And that's, like, I was in the run the other day and I rolled up my sleeves. I'm not trying to be like you don't. Oh, look at this guy's wimpy arms.
You don't like how you look, or you don't like how it feels.
I don't like how it feels to work out with sleeves. Like, I just don't like it. It feels constricting to me. Just like I don't like tight boxers.
Okay, so then one of their arguments could be, I wear these clothes because they're more comfortable to me, and I'm not necessarily asking for all that attention. But I get it.
I would be okay with that. But
yeah, for sure.
On the other end, I don't think anybody's comfortable with your tits almost falling out if you're doing jumping jacks. Like, that, I don't know. It just kind of seems like a crap problem. But that's another topic for another day, I think. We
were doing so good.
Damn it. I tried to tiptoe it.
You had to.
I tried to tiptoe around it. So what makes you more narcissistic? Dressing up kind of like scantily to the gym, or taking a lot of gym selfies?
I would say, that's a good one. I think that there's a strong correlation between the two.
Yeah.
Strong one.
Somebody put the other day like, oh, she was doing RDLs and the smallest white shorts and a white small bra. And it's like, all the comments from a lot of more conservative women, like, maybe don't post yourself in like pajamas at the gym. Like, maybe don't go in underwear to the gym.
That's a huge, that we should make that a separate thing, because that's a big debate in like TikTok and like the online fitness world.
There's like a 50-50 like split,
dude. That's why it would be a very interesting debate, because there's people arguing hard on both sides. So I think it'd be really, really cool.
And of course, some men take it too aggressive. And it's like, she's a slut. And it's like, dressing one way doesn't make you one thing or another.
For sure.
Man. So
no, it's an actually interesting debate, and I think that if we get somebody to argue the other side, it can be something interesting. So anyway, I think we've
I hope your narcissist
discussed
learned
everything.
Something. Oh, guys, we hope you learned something today, and we hope we taught you not to judge people or to judge them if they're being narcissistic. But either way, just let them be themselves. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Be Fit Narcissists podcast.
Hope you got a good day.
Arsehole.